Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is our show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
Thank you all so much for waiting for us. We had to get a very important person home, and that was Navi. And when she decides to make her majestic appearance, we will bring her up so you can see how fluffy and clean she is because she got a little grooming done. But you guys, welcome to today's show. We are talking about so much. On today's episode, we're talking about our first impression, non-spoiler, of the first episode of Loki.
We're also going to be talking about a live-action Cowboy Bebop working with original composer for the soundtrack.
Yeah, we're super excited about that. Harrison Ford's been spotted in his Indiana Jones 5 costume, which honestly kind of looks the same as Indiana Jones. Anyways, moving on.
But also Avengers Campus.
Yeah.
For those of you who know, been watching us on social media, we have been posting a little bit of our adventures in Avengers Campus. Yesterday, I've even got the sunburns to prove it.
We both do, honestly. Like, if you
look at how bad mine
that's pretty
looks
bad
on the camera.
Mine's not as terrible.
Oh my god!
And it's just this. Oh, this one's pretty bad too. Well, anyways, I put some aloe on this morning. I don't normally burn when I go out in the sun. So I think I just was like doing something, and I don't think I realized I was not like had my arms not in the shade because I think the rest of me is not really burned. But in any case, welcome to today's show.
And welcome to all of those who are in the chat who are waiting for us. Also, I see late to the party in here with Wendy saying, how are you not exhausted going from Avengers Campus all day long to editing the Loki to setting up the live stream? Hun, you've been busting your butt.
And I have therapy right after this too. So, guys, I'm very tired. I think I got 2 hours of sleep before we went to Avengers Campus. And maybe 6 hours of sleep after. So I'm not caught up, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm not caught up, but it was worth it. I will say it was, I've got a raging headache as well, but it's worth it. It was a lot of fun, and there was really no other way to do it other than this, like this is the way. I probably just should have thought about timing a little bit better. I didn't think about, we're going on June 8th, but hey, Loki comes out on June 9th, and you have to work until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I was editing up until 5 o'clock in the morning. Luckily, the edit went up without a hitch. So it is all available now for you guys to watch at your leisure, and I've linked it below. And Navi has just made her majestic appearance, so we're going to show her off.
Fluffy appearance. She's so fluffy. Hi, everybody. She just drank water. Hi, Navi Bear.
We haven't had her in the house for like a day and a half, so we get to finally have her back. Oh my god. She's so fluffy to pet. Her hair is starting to feel more like Falcor's hair. It's that old dog thing.
Old dog hair.
You're an old dog now. All right, you guys. Before we jump into our very first news flash topic, we're going to go ahead and grab a couple of these super chats.
Woo!
First one, of course, Marvin Martin. Thank you so much with your recommendations. Millennium TV show. Oh, okay. X-Files.
Click.
Millennium TV show. X-Files meets Criminal Minds.
Ooh.
That sounds like it's right up my alley.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Is it a current show that we just didn't hear about? Is it an older show that we need to be checking out?
Millennium. Actually, no. I think that's it's not relatively new. I think it's been around for a while. Now that I think about it, because it sounds familiar.
Nice.
Like I think there's something that's tickling the back of my brain about that title.
Yeah. Marvin, if you know if it's like a current show or not, let us know in the comments. You do not need to send another super chat if you don't want to.
No, please.
But just let us know that is the wrong title. So I'm gonna take that off. Right now, we're just gonna do that.
Late to the part.
Yes.
Yeah, they said it's an older show.
It's an older show. Okay, well, we'll look for it. That sounds like it's right up. Like I'm very much the target audience.
90s, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it sounded familiar.
Heard of it?
It's 90s was a while ago. That's 30 years ago.
Well, okay,
so.
That's true.
So it's probably very easy for us to have missed that show back in the day.
Yeah. Let's see. We have another super chat from. Late to the party, real quick. Sorry, late to the party says, I get it. This is our lives now, Robert. Yep, Robert. Right here. But you know what? You don't have to go to work early the next day. Like your work, you can literally wake up. I mean, if you choose to wake up 3 hours later and get to work, that's props to you. It's hard for me to do, but I have done it before and it sucks. But it's all worth it down the line. All right, Christopher Mendez, Chris's choice, coming in hot with a super chat, who writes, The Last Jedi had some people that liked it and some did not. If you could change one major story point, what would you change? It was awesome meeting you, by the way. Yay, you guys, we actually got to meet Chris. I was going to say Chris's choice. So we actually took a photo last night, and we went and hung out with him for like a little bit while we harassed him at work.
Awesome meeting you. Yeah, we kind of did. I feel kind of bad. We were constantly wanting to talk to him, and he was like, "Hold on a second, I've got to actually work."
He's on the clock, so he's got to work. So we felt bad that we interrupted his work, but so good to finally meet one of our many movie bunch in person. This was, and of course, Spider-Bot battle did not happen because we both need to get upgrades. So once we have that, we will meet up again, and we're gonna have like a Spider-Bot showdown for sure. Dustin will control the Spider-Bot because we'll talk about it a little bit more.
On the second one.
I was not very good at it. So let's see. The Last Jedi. That's the Rian Johnson one, yeah?
Yes, that is. Honestly, my personal point with the whole sequels is the fact that I wish they would have just stuck with one director the entire time. Instead of going from JJ to Ryan to JJ, they either should have just done all of JJ.
Trevorrow, remember?
Yeah, exactly. Or they should have done all Rian Johnson. I honestly think that The Last Jedi would have been better if that was kind of the whole thing.
It was JJ just all the way through.
Either JJ from all the way through or Rian Johnson.
Well, he was the first director, so we would think that, like just making him the singular voice going forward in vision, so you don't have to sit there and try to collaborate and this story and this vision or whatever. Even though I feel like the same writers are on the project all the way through. No,
I don't know. That's the whole thing.
We're not really exactly
when
sure.
They interviewed Daisy Ridley, it really seemed like they were going to go this way and then that way and then this way and then that way. So it really doesn't seem like they had a stable plan from the beginning. So I personally think that is one of the biggest flaws that happened. Is the fact that it's not Rian Johnson's fault. It's not J.J. Abrams' fault. It's just the fact that Disney wasn't like, okay, honestly, what they should have done is filmed all three of them at once. They should have pulled a Lord of the Rings, like what they what Peter Jackson did, and had a fully functional script. It would have probably been a lot more difficult to keep big surprises. Yeah. But they needed to have just that plan from the beginning. And I feel like they were kind of,
let's see how it goes.
Yeah, a little too much. To where that some of that can be healthy in a production.
Yeah, that can be fun.
But not with Star Wars, not with the track record that Star Wars has.
The thing is that there's so much lore in Star Wars, and there's like this canon and that canon, and they're creating these characters that came after the trilogy. So I felt like, there it is. Debbie put in the Millennium TV show.
That's why it looks familiar. Okay, I remember that guy. The actor.
Lance Henriksen.
Yep.
Thank you, Debbie, for putting that in our Discord to let us know a little bit more about Millennium. I think one of my things with The Last Jedi, I'll say, like, aside from
Snoke.
Aside from, I was gonna say that the Luke fight, because that's kind of everybody's biggest thing, is like he put on this like huge epic fight, then it was like he wasn't really there and he just like poofed away, and I think that didn't really sit well with a lot of people. I'm still till this day unsure how exactly I feel about it. Like sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with it. Other days I'm like, no, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
Another thing was Snoke was like, they played this out to be this big whatever, and it was like nothing. Ended up being nothing.
Making Snoke the big bad of the series probably would have been better than making it, you killing Snoke, sorry, spoiler alert, and then making it Palpatine be the big bad guy. But that's probably my big thing, is they should have made Snoke a bigger presence. They should have made him actually the big bad guy. And even if you made it to where he might have been made by Palpatine, but then Palpatine died, and then Snoke was kind of like, when the Empire or those who were in charge of Snoke kind of were like, well, this is what Emperor Palpatine wanted us to do in case he died. Yeah. Kind of a thing. But I think the biggest problem is the fact that they didn't have a structure, or at least a skeleton from the beginning.
Yeah. There's a lot of parts that I did like about The Last Jedi. Visually, I thought it was stunning. There's a lot of
Yes.
scenes I was like, wow, that's amazing. But then there's a lot of things where I was just like, I don't love the choice, but we're gonna continue to watch because it's Star Wars and I love Star Wars, regardless. And I still love Star Wars today. So it's not a it certainly is not a movie that I revisit too often. I think I've maybe watched it 3 times total. Especially after watching The Rise of Skywalker. I was like, I kind of want to go back and rewatch this and just see if anything I thought before, and it's just if my thoughts changed, in from that movie after seeing the completion of the sequel trilogies.
And also, I guess one other thing that I might have taken out would have been Canto Bite. Everything in Canto Bite except for that one kid who used the Force.
I didn't love Canto Bite.
No,
I didn't love it. Like, it just it felt a little out of place. I understood why they needed to go, I guess. But at the same time, it just felt a little shoehorned in. The only thing I liked was that I just liked kind of seeing Kelly Marie Tran on screen.
Yeah.
And having, more screen time for Finn. So that's kind of what I liked about it. But I felt like they could have explored a better
They started off
side mission.
Good with Rose. And then by the
end.
And Finn.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the Last Jedi and then into Rise of Skywalker, it just, in my personal opinion, there were just too many balls they had to juggle. So they're like, okay, we're dropping Finn and Rose.
Yeah. Late to the party writes, but when he died right after, all hype left my body. I think that was I think my reaction was like, wait, did that just happen? It didn't happen. He's a Jedi. This is not real. This is something else. And then like being sort of in denial a little bit about what I just saw, but so I kind of maybe not as like extreme to Robert's reaction, but it was similar to the what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our very first topic here for our news flash, and we're talking about Powerpuff Girls. There are, guys, we heard about that they were doing the CW. They're doing a live action version of the Powerpuff Girls, which like everybody loved the cartoon when it was on Cartoon Networks. We love it. It's so good. Tara Strong, who voices Bubble, is currently voicing Miss Minutes in the Loki series. So they are actually, it looks like, reshooting the pilot because they said the execs are saying that it didn't work and there's enough element there they wanted to give it another shot, but they said that it tonally it felt a little campy.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest with you, we all kind of worried about how a show like Powerpuff Girls would translate to live action, especially, with these girls being aged a little bit older, kind of thinking they're a little jaded from spending their childhood saving the world as opposed to being a child. So I actually don't mind that they're reshooting this. If you're going to do it and you want to do it good, just be like, whatever, just slap the sticker on it and send it out. It's Powerpuff Girls, so people will watch it. Like, no, just because there's an existing fan base for the cartoon doesn't mean it's going to be the same for you or your live action show. And you should take the time and the effort to do the reshoot. I actually don't mind that they're doing the reshoot. I just think that if they want to go back to the drawing board, they want to add some more, or maybe if it didn't test great, internally, then I want them to go back and rewrite or reshoot whatever they got to do. Give us a really good product, so when we do see it, we can be like, yes, this is actually, beyond my expectation or something like that.
And that makes a lot of sense that, maybe because, there is a lot of campiness in the cartoon, but when you want to transition from that kind of cartoon into a live action movie, you really have to tone that down. And if they didn't do that originally, when they see the end result, they're kind of like, oh, this didn't quite work out the way that we thought. Yeah, we need to change this up a bit. Yeah. And it makes kind of sense. So I'm actually kind of glad that they're able to look at the product that they have, not be happy with it. And instead of being like, okay, we're just scrapping this whole thing, they're able to be like, hey, you know what? I think we have something good here. Let's see what we can do to kind of tighten this up, take away a little bit of the cheesiness.
Yeah. And,
so,
reshoots, exactly. And reshoots aren't always bad. People reshoot all the time. I think sometimes he can get a little blown out of proportion. Sometimes it is bad. We've seen some movies that had, tons of reshoot, and then we see the final product, we're like, oh, but other times, they had a bunch of reshoots. I think it was Nilo here who says Rogue One had reshoots, and that turned out great. One of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
So there you go. But we wanted to go ahead and bring that to you guys' attention because we talk about all things like this on the show, as well as Harrison Ford's been spotted in his Indiana Jones 5 costume, which is, it's news, but also not news, because how different was this costume going to look?
Oh my gosh, I can see people rioting in the streets if all of a sudden they completely change Indiana Jones'
No hat,
look.
take the hat
no
away.
Hat.
That's it, done. No one's
and they
watching
make Indiana
this movie.
Jones like bald or something. And people are just
Harrison Ford's got a great head of hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, how different can this costume actually end up being?
No, he looks great in it. He still looks like he's in great shape, Obviously they had his mask on because he was on production. So with COVID and everything like that, you want to keep him safe, keep everybody else on the set safe. We also saw, and we can't show them online because these are not like official photos, so we're not going to show them on the live stream. But if you search on the internet long enough, you'll find they actually have like a motorcycle stunt. I don't know what the stunt is because it's just his stunt guy on the motorcycle, but the stunt guy is actually wearing a Harrison Ford mask. And it actually didn't look too bad, where I was like, is that, oh yeah, that's the stunt double.
Yep.
How, because I just thought they just like face mapped or digital replaced, but I think having the mask on really helps.
Yeah.
So you can do a master shot and be like, all right, that covers enough. Like nobody will be able to tell.
Of course, I'm a little curious, and when we see the final shot of it, one, how much are you going to be like, why does his face look so rubbery? Because a mask can only do so much.
Yeah.
And then you have to put in some CG special effects kind of a thing. So
yes, exactly.
I'm curious to see how it turns out.
Yeah,
but of course,
us too.
I'm pretty sure Indiana Jones 5 is not going to be lacking for funds. This is one of those movies that, yeah, you put the whole kitchen sink in there kind of a thing.
It's Indiana Jones, so you better take care of that property. We love it. Most of us grew up with it. So sorry that we don't have pictures to show, but we definitely wanted to bring that to you guys' attention before we move on to the next topic, Cowboy Bebop. And then before that, I saw a super chat from Mr. Chris Mendez. Chris writes, by the way, June 17th, which is very soon, Olga's Cantina and the Docking Bay are reopening. Oh, I didn't even realize they were closed.
It makes sense that they are.
Because it's all inside.
It's all inside. I mean, you can't take anything outside.
Docking Bay, you technically can, because Pim's Kitchen is also got the similar setup.
Oh,
you just would have to force the patrons to sit outside, because Docking Bay does have tons of seating inside. Very limited seating outside, and I guess that's why. But well, there you go. That's news. June 17th.
So when we go back, we'll be able to get some food there.
Yeah, we probably won't go to the cantina again.
Yeah, the cantina is kind of good only if you really want alcohol.
Yeah, and
spend a lot of money on alcohol.
I can't drink, so it kind of defeats the purpose as only one of us is having fun partaking in that. But we will definitely 100% go to Docking Bay, and we will 100% go and partake in a Ronto wrap or two.
Yep.
Thank you, Chris, for letting us know. So, you guys, Cowboy Bebop, the original composer Yoko, is returning to work on the live-action soundtrack. Nothing makes me more excited. If you've been following Netflix's Geeked Week, they actually had a short little like teaser segment. It's on Netflix's Twitter if you want to check it out. But it's got the cast. Let me see. I have their names here. We have John Cho, Mustafa Fakir, and Danella Panetta. They're kind of like sitting down for an interview, and you think they're going to sit down for the interview, and then that iconic Cowboy Bebop theme song kicks right off, and it's like you see like Danella go like 3, 2, 1, let's jam, and then at the end it says Yoko Kanno is returning. He's the composer. Yoko is the composer behind the original soundtrack for the original Cowboy Bebop anime, and will be creating the soundtrack for the live action. So everything is lining up really, really great. I'm so happy about this. I'm also living for John Cho's hair. I'm living for his hair. I got to show Dustin. I'm not going to play the sound because we'll get copyright, but I'll show Dustin like the glory that is Spike's hair. It just looks really good, as you can see. So that's Faye there.
I'm just super excited. Oh,
there
my
it is.
gosh,
Doesn't it look? He's been growing that thing out for a long time, and I love it. I can't wait. I'm so happy for John Cho. Like, he's getting to play Spike. Cowboy Bebop is one of my all-time favorite anime. And it's funny because I did it backwards. I watched the movie first. Somebody was like, "Oh, I think somebody was watching the movie in their dorm when I like came over." So we just sat down and watched it. And then afterwards, I'm like, "What is this?" And then went back and binged
It's
the
kind of like
series.
watching Serenity before you watch Firefly.
Oh, that's not the best way to
That's
go.
not the best way
That's
to
not
do
the best
it.
way to go. I didn't mind the movie. I really didn't mind it. The movie got me interested in the anime, so I will say that's a positive outcome. Because if I had saw the movie, if I seen the movie and then I was like, meh, pass, then I would never know Cowboy Bebop. Maybe now I would. Maybe now I would, take the time to look at it, but to watch it. But at least now I know, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait. I don't know who they've hired to play Ed, but Ed is great, and I think they've already cast Ein because it's the corgi.
Yeah.
I think they already have Ein. I've always said if I wasn't allergic to corgi and I got one, the corgi's name would be Ein. 100%. All right, guys, we're gonna pass forward this because we want to talk about Avengers Campus. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about our first impression of episode 1 of Loki and its glorious purpose. None spoilers, so please don't put any comments that you would consider spoilery in the comments. We do have a spoiler discussion coming up this Saturday along with the Bad Batch, so make sure you guys tune in for that at 2 p.m. for real, 2 p.m. PT. But let's talk about it. What was your first impression of
it was amazing.
the episode? Yes.
It was awesome. I mean, it had comedy, it had good action, it had good timing. I love, like, when you have something new to introduce, like say the time traveler TVA.
Yeah, the TVA.
You have to explain the TVA. The best way to do it is to have a character that needs the explanation as well, so it doesn't feel like an exposition dump to the audience. They did that so well because that's exactly what Loki is. They need to explain to him what the TVA is.
He doesn't know that exists, and I think Loki asked a bunch of great questions that were also like, yeah, how come he hadn't heard of it?
Yeah.
And then, so together with what his experience was, kind of that very, I don't want to say culture shock, but it was kind of shocking for him to, one, use the Tesseract to bamf somewhere, and then meeting the TVA to be bamfed somewhere else, where he's like, but everybody stop. I am a god. You cannot do this to me. But we did do it. They did do it to him, so it's such a fun show. There's a lot of, what I really like is the range is really wide on the show.
Yeah.
And what I mean is, as far as emotions go, the roller coasters that it takes the viewers as well as the characters on the show, where it starts off, you're laughing, you're giddy because this ties in, directly with what we have seen in the past Avenger movies. And you're like, oh my God, what did happen in that moment? And going into, Loki's experience and him realizing that kind of, without spoiling it, having him look at the bigger picture and the role that TVA plays in this world that literally nobody really knows about unless you screw with the timeline. There's a lot of really great comedy that's shoved in there, a little bit of Easter eggs. If you're a big Avengers fan, you'll spot them, no problem. Talkie. Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston is the team up I did not know that I needed. They're so great. And I love that, Loki, for a lot of time, because his personality is kind of like a god of mischief. So he's so used to being a certain way. His energy is kind of up here, where Mobius, it's a little bit more anchored in.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps anchor Loki a little bit as they spend more time together. But Loki is also chaotic and unpredictable. So who knows what we're gonna see next in episode 2? But we are.
It is an amazing.
In love with the first.
It is
episode.
an amazing mashup between the two of them, and I also just love the whole time travel, the whole TVA, the whole idea, the whole concept of it.
Time variant authority.
Time variant authority. That's what it is, and just how they explain why they're doing what they're doing, why it doesn't affect what happened in the previous movies. And what, you want some loves? Did you like Loki too, Navi?
She wasn't even here. Oh, what? Loki, Navi drank water very violently because all of her front is wet.
Yep, it's all over her face.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
But I just love how they have, I mean, this a whole new world that we get to be shown of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that they can still surprise us, that they can still introduce new things that we have or haven't heard, adapt them into the universe that they have created, and make it fit and work.
Yeah. And what's going to be exciting too, with this show, I think it's going to continue to explore all the various different, oh, I don't want to say too much, but all the future movies. I think it can potentially affect future movies and maybe change the way we view certain movies in the past as well. And not just like Avenger movies, maybe a couple of standalones, especially ones with, say like Thor 1 and Thor 2. Like you can, after seeing this show, you can kind of go back and be like, I wonder. So this is really great. And I loved WandaVision so much, but this
Yeah.
one takes the cake. This one is, I think, if I were to rank the three, and there's not, and I'm by ranking, I don't mean any of them are bad. It's just kind of in, order of personal preference. I probably would go Loki, WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier. And also, they're so all tonally different. All three are completely, obviously different director, different writers, so you're going to get that. But I like that they didn't stick to the formula like, oh, this is a Marvel thing, so we do it this way. Like, no, it's really different. And they're all really exploring character emotion and depth.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool about there. Like, seeing Loki go through his, all the different emotions just in this one episode. I'm like, man, what are we going to get for future episodes? So I can't wait for the next week's episode. Again, our reaction is linked below the video in the description if you want to go ahead and check that out. It's a lot of fun. And of course, we'll have episode 2 next week, next Wednesday or early Wednesday morning. Did any of our movie bunch try to get your hands on the Loki Charms cereal? You were able to, and I contemplated on staying up an extra hour because pre-order opened at 6 a.m. So what this is it's essentially Lucky Charms, but because they're mischievously delicious, Loki kind of bamfed in and was like, well, I'm gonna make these Loki Charms. And there were a limited edition of 3,500 boxes that you could pre-order on the website Mischievously Delicious. And pre-sale opened at 6 a.m. ET / 9 a.m. PT. And you can enter the pre-sale as long as you were able to guess the encrypted password.
Oh.
I don't know what that would have been. I'm guessing it's got to be like the passcode must have been something, a clue from the episode.
Probably like Glorious Purpose or something.
That's so
or TVA.
Easy. That's so easy.
I know, but I'm saying like though, like, and you had to know what
if it was
word
Casey?
Oh,
I love Casey. Casey's great. But then for everybody else who was not able to guess the passcode at 9 or at 6, you could at 11 a.m. PT then go for the one that's open for everybody. I ended up not staying up. I was way too tired from yesterday. I'm sunburned. I still have a headache. Couldn't do it. So I was like, not today. But yeah, it was a
not today, Loki Charms.
Not today, Loki. I will go to the store and buy Lucky Charms and just pretend that I'm eating Loki Charms because the taste doesn't change, but I think you get different marshmallows. So I want to take a look in the chat and see.
Ruru 2. The password is swordfish.
It's always swordfish for you critters out there. Yeah, that's awesome. A couple of super chats. Is it just this one, right?
I think so.
I didn't miss any other one. Yeah, okay. Super chat before we move on to the Avengers Campus talk. Bleeding Green, thank you so much. Bleeding Green is my awesome mod on my Twitch channel. Thank you for your super chat. Who writes, one of my favorite things about Loki is the dialogue between Mobius and Loki. Hope to see more of that. Well, I will tell you, Dustin and I did get to watch episode 2.
It gets better.
And you will definitely get more conversation with Mobius and Loki.
I love that between the two of them, it's weird how they're able to like both complement each other, but also throw each other off at the same time.
Yeah.
To where there are many times to where you see it in the trailer a lot of times too.
Yes.
To where he Loki's like, well, I thought you didn't. I mean, Mobius is like, I thought you didn't like to talk, kind of thing. When Loki just starts going into a monologue, kind of a thing.
And that's what he does. Mm-hmm. He is really, really good at riffing on all these monologues and about his glorious purpose and telling people to kneel and things like that. That's amazing.
But you will see lots more of it. It is all so far really good. Super excited to see. I'm already sad that we're only getting 6 episodes.
I know.
I'm like, I want more.
I know. But they're beefy episodes. They're like a good 50-minute, each. So the first one was like 47 minus the credits, I think. So I'm excited that for the next 5 weeks, then we're going to be spending time on the weekends and during the live stream to talk to you guys about our our thoughts on Loki and to hear you guys' thought on Loki as well.
I like RMD's collective's password
I gotta
down at
find
the very
it.
bottom from the second is Mephisto.
Oh, whoops!
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry.
The password was probably Mephisto.
Oh my God! You know what? Or Agatha.
Or Agatha all along.
Just keep bringing that back. Debbie says, but there's a season 2
For Loki?
Did we know that? We just found out about it then.
Maybe.
Wow. Hey, look, if there's a season 2, that's
I'm going to be
great.
so excited if there's a season 2 of Loki.
Because you know what? That can work because it's time variance.
Yeah, true. So
that can totally work.
Be anywhere.
They can expand that as far as they want, especially depending on how future movies do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very excited. Debbie, thank you so much for that little tidbit there.
And I'm also really curious because we already have been told that Kang the Conqueror, I think someone mentioned it in the chat about Kang the Conqueror,
a little earlier,
is going to be making an appearance. And the TVA has got to be able to play a pretty big role in it because it's all going to be time travel.
Yeah, that's true.
And the whole point of Kang is to go back to prevent what happens in the future. So how does that happen? How does the TVA are like, no, you can't do this, but Kang is just too strong, so he plows through them, and then they team up with the Avengers, and then
or Loki.
If Loki's still there working at the TVA.
Yeah, I wonder what the future for Loki is. Like, I don't feel like he's the type of person that would be content working at the TVA, you know what I mean? He would do this now, but I guess we'll see what happens when the series ends.
Yeah.
If any of us get to meet the timekeepers, that's another question that I have as well. So you guys, make sure to check back and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We will be talking about Loki for the next 5 weeks, which is going to be great fun. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, and that is Avengers Campus. You probably already saw this fun little thumbnail. Did we get on the ride? That's one of the biggest things to talk about because you guys have known that prior to going to the park yesterday, I was really nervous about, like, what if we don't get on the ride? Like, trying to convince myself, like, look, if we don't get on it, it's going to suck. It's going to feel bad, but we're going to try for it. And if we don't get it, we're still going to have a good time. And we still get to see Avengers Campus, which is, like, not everybody's, having the opportunity to do that. So the fact that we get the opportunity to do it, I should just be thankful for that. It's safe to say that we definitely got to go on. I didn't even put the picture up. We definitely got on the ride. It is so much fun. I really did feel like I have like web slinging Spider-Man abilities. It was really cool. The only complaint I have about the ride is it felt too short. Yes. I needed 1 or 2 more scenes. Yeah. It felt too short. And that's not me being greedy. That's like a real, like, I'm kind of like, oh, it's over. That's it. You're just having so much fun. Your arm's going to be sore after. Maybe that's also... You literally sling. You can go like this with your hands. And Dustin figured it out early that you don't need to make the finger poses. Even though it was very hard not to go like this, but what I just ended up doing, I was like, oh, wait, I can just do this. I can just go really fast. But then at the end, you're just like, oh, my arms. Your traps, not traps, your what's this, triceps? Biceps and triceps. Yeah, they will, like, right here, they will burn. So don't do arm day before you go, because you'll feel it after the second scene. But I was sitting there. I didn't even realize you were just doing this, because I was just kind of like, yeah. The aim is a little off on it. I mean, I do think, for you, you had to aim a little bit low. I was trying to figure out. I was like, but I sit lower than you. Oh. Well, so wherever they track, maybe that's why, because I actually had to aim a little bit high. So, because I was like, it takes a little while to adapt to the aiming system on it, because it's all done, digitally on scanning your arm. Like it's right here. It's your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulders that I think they're tracking. They are tracking. Upper area. Especially for the younger kids who get on the ride who are really short, like maybe you may not be able to track their hands, and they're like, I don't know. Well, yeah, because it is an all size ride, so any kid can get on this ride. Anyone who is there is no like height requirement. Yeah. So we'll take you through kind of, so the answer is yes, we did get on the ride, and we'll take you through kind of the majority of our experience, but we did film there, so there will be a vlog. I just have to, sit down and actually edit it. But I also want to read out this comment from Buzos from the Bay, who writes, we went on Friday and the cool factor was there, but we had a better time Saturday getting boarding pass group 1. Whoa,
Ooh.
quick on the trigger there. On Saturday helped a lot, and able to get a rolling mobile order window. This is really important. This comment that they just put, super important. Dustin was super quick on the money. We technically both would have gotten in, but I think because he was quicker with his hands.
Well, no. I think what it is since I only had 2 tickets.
Oh, yes.
They were automatically already chosen.
Okay, so let's explain that a little bit because they probably won't understand what we mean.
Yeah.
So when you have the Disneyland app, you can link everybody in your party and your tickets to your app, which is something you should do because that is the only way to acquire a boarding pass. You can't line up for this ride. I don't know if they plan to do that in the future, but right now they're not doing that. And it's not even a virtual queue. It's literally, can you get on, kind of Rise of Resistance? Can you win the lottery, if you will, for the boarding pass? So when we bought tickets for both parks, we're going 2 separate times. We went yesterday and we're going again July 7th. So because of that, I have all 4 of our tickets linked up on my app. So when I got in, I actually swipe up there, like select your party. I had all 4 tickets and I had to be real careful to select the right ones. Otherwise it was going to kick me out and it was not going to work because your ticket and reservation has to match the date of the time you're trying to acquire the boarding passes. Dustin only had the 2 that was automatically in there. So he just went boop, boop, signed in, and we actually got group number 8.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and they call it group 1 through 9 first. So the comment that Buzos put in is absolutely true because the earlier you are able to get yourself in, and this is all luck of the draw. You can try to plan it, but it's really up to the app, I guess, to your destiny.
The app, and also how good is your not Wi-Fi, but
your data.
Your data.
Yeah. So because of that, we were able to march right into Avengers Campus, have a look around. Well, like there was very little traffic in that whole area. And the area is not that big. It's kind of from the Mission Outbreak, aka the Old Tower of Terror, all the way to like where like you used to enter for Bugs Land. So it's really not, it's the whole Bugs Land area.
Yeah.
So it's really not too big, though I think Galaxy's Edge feels a little bit bigger.
And also the theater is included in that area because
the Hyperion Theater.
The Hyperion Theater. So if you were coming up, what is it called? What is that one street? The Hollywood Way there. And then they block it off right as before you turn right, right before the Hyperion. That's when you cannot enter. And do not try to enter from any other path. They will not let you in. It's an exit only.
Yes.
So only go through that main entrance right by there by
Carthay Circle.
Blue Sky Cellar.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to, if you're walking towards Carthay Circle, you want to veer right to the right of Carthay Circle. That's the way to enter. So yeah, they're absolutely right in their comment because our boarding group was so early. We got to go in and kind of like look around and really kind of run around, explore real quick and just kind of get like a first like take it all in before our boarding pass was called. Then we got to go on the ride. And then we were to spend basically our entire day in Avengers Campus. Granted, there's only one ride. We still had a good time because you really want to look and take everything in. And one of the other things that Buzos mentioned is the mobile order. So there is a couple of food places inside Avengers Campus. There's 2 carts for shawarma, 1 cart for the Terran treats, which are sweet treats, like a little churro, but it's spiral and in like vibrant color. And there's another one called something orb that we didn't end up getting because we were just way too full. I was like, I can't eat that. I can't eat that at all. Because I was just too full.
We ate a lot of food.
We
actually got breakfast. We got a big lunch. We had a dinner.
Yeah. Let's see. A couple of snacks. We were not able to acquire the mobile order for Pim's Test Kitchen. So you do need a mobile order in order to eat to get food from Pim's Test Kitchen. They're not just allowing people to walk in. However, on the day we went, they did have a standby line. We don't know if they always have this because some of the cast members told us they don't always have it. But they do kind of release the mobile order in different pockets of time. I would just check it out throughout the day. I was never able to get it. So unfortunately, that was one of the things we had to do, was to wait in the standby line to get into Pim's kitchen. But the food was good. You'll see it all in the vlog. We did not get the $100 sandwich. Our RMD collective, I see your comment there.
If we had a couple more people with us, I think that would have been a pretty good purchase. We saw a couple people with big families that got that $100 sandwich, and we did get the panini, the small one.
Just
because honestly, that's what we tried to do. We tried to get as much as we could and split it between us so we could try as much as possible.
Yes.
Overall, the food's good. I'm going to give, most of the food a thumbs up. You'll get a full review on our video.
Yeah.
But yeah, what is it? All of the food that we had, even the breakfast was good. The lunch
was good. The lunch was good. I had this one drink called the PB&J slush or punch. And it's like a weird, like pink lemonade or berry lemonade with like peanut butter. And I was like, that sounds weird. I'm going to try it. So I bought it. There's only a hint of peanut butter. So you're not like peanut butter. It's interesting. And because of the peanut butter, the undertone was so light. You're not really affected. You're like, oh no, get it away from me. It was actually, and it was a hot day. It was really, really refreshing. And before we continue on with talking a little bit more about Avengers Campus, I kind of want to go back to Loki, because I got a giant box from Disney Plus and I forgot. I was going to open it on air and I forgot.
Oh.
So I'm going to go ahead and grab it right now.
Oh, I did. That's right. That's one of the things that I ran down and picked up today. So, but I'm actually excited because you didn't tell me what it was.
Oh, so here's the box.
Yep.
You want to put half of it on your lap?
I can put half of it on my lap so I can be like right here. Oh, wait a second. Don't want to.
Yeah, you can't do that.
There we go.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Navi.
Sorry, Navi. So oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
Ooh. Holy cow.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, hold on. Let me take this.
There's 2 boxes. I got a file from the TVA. I also got 2 boxes. This says the TVA on top. So we're gonna probably read the file first.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Disney Plus, for sending this over to celebrate the premiere of Loki and its glorias. And it says here, it's so official, guys.
Ooh. Oh, I even like the back of it.
I'm keeping this forever. It says, "Dear new recruit, on behalf of everyone at Time Variance Authority, we'd like to say welcome. We were created by the Timekeepers to protect the sacred timeline. We're excited to present you with your new recruit package filled with everything you need to be an incredible worker on your first day on the job. We're thrilled for you to help protect the timeline from variants, such as Loki, Lofeson, one of our most recent case files. Good luck, and remember, time passes differently at the TVA. For more information, start streaming Marvel Studios' Loki, an original series on Disney Plus. For all time, always."
That's awesome.
That's so cool. Keeping that forever. All right, we're going to go ahead and open this TVA box first. And it even has the TVA like stamp on the back. So that's super cool. Opening this up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Is that a clock?
We have Miss Minute. It's a clock. This is perfect.
That is awesome.
We have the 2 dials back here. I don't know how this works.
Oh, it's probably just to get it all started up. So let me see here.
We don't have to do that now.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, I see. This is for when you want to hang it up on the wall.
Oh, that's going on the wall. Miss Minute is going on the wall. Can I have Tara Strong to come with that? And she can just talk to me?
Hi, Wendy.
Got to put the Southern accent on.
There we go. Okay.
That's so cool. All right. I'm sorry that we didn't do this earlier. I totally forgot.
It's okay. And then the second thing that we're going to open. Oh, what does it say on the back?
Time Variance Authority.
That's actually, I like that logo.
Stamp. And we have Loki right in the front. Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool. Okay. There we go.
Whoa, what the heck? There's a lot of stuff
There's
in
a
here.
lot. This is stuff. Ooh. Okay. Well,
Okay.
can I pull out that one right on here on top?
Yes.
The first thing that's just right on top that I think is really cool that I'm putting up on my pin board is a Loki pin. Let me cover up my face.
Is it focused? I can't tell.
Yeah, there it is. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
And oh, that is everything Loki is just immediately awesome. I
No.
have to admit. I mean, so far there hasn't been a thing that the second Thor movie, but everything that every time Loki has appeared, I've loved Loki, no matter where
Loki
he's
is
been.
amazing. We also got some TVA socks that we can wear to our first day on the job.
Nice.
We also have a little box here with looks like that. With a fancy pen.
Very fancy
inside
pen.
that says also got the TVA there written across. I'm ready. Come get me, Casey. Look at all my stuff. Look how cool everything is. I have a TVA mug.
Oh. Ooh, it's a big one.
I'm going to drink all my coffee
Look
in
how
this.
huge
Whoa,
that
it
is.
feels great. It's orange red, and it says the TVA in the front here, and time variance authority seal on the back. Oop.
Like a ninja.
Thank you very much. We have some desk accessories. We have this actually goes with my desk because the theme on my desk is golden. It's gold and white. So this actually goes, but it's a tape deck.
I like that.
Amazing.
This is I can't believe this. This is so cute. A stapler.
A stapler. And we've got a tesseract.
Oh wow. Oh, wait, so is this what I think it is? I think
it's memo pads.
They're memo pads.
They're memo pads. That's 100% sitting on my desk, and I'm never using it because I want to keep its shape.
Oh, that is awesome.
That's amazing. And I got more notepads here. Oh my gosh.
Please sign this to affirm that this is everything that you've ever said.
Does it show yet? We got to hide our face. There it goes.
Very bureaucratic. I love it.
And I think we are back. We're back. Okay, sorry about that.
Is anyone in the chat, or did we actually?
Oh no, we're still here. We're still going. So this is the last thing that's in the box, but it was the first thing I saw when I opened the box, and it's this really cool TVA jacket.
Oh.
And it has. We should have worn this yesterday to Oh my gosh, the TVA is out for us.
They're like, no, you're not allowed
This
to
is
share
not
this.
supposed to
You're not supposed to share this
happen.
with the world.
But Wendy, we're not supposed to know that you work for the TVA. But anyways, here is the back of the jacket. Here is the seal on the front. It feels great. It's really like it's got like microfiber or whatever it's called, and on the inside.
Oh, on the
So
inside?
it's really
Ooh.
warm
Ooh.
and cozy. I'm gonna be wearing this to all the movies and all the Disney things that I'm gonna do. So and we're back, you guys. We're so sorry. I don't know what is going on with our internet because the modem seems to be working fine and same as the router. So we're gonna go ahead and call the cable company. But we enjoyed our discussion so much today. I hope you guys had fun with us talking about Loki, talking about Powerpuff Girls, Indiana Jones 5, and of course Avengers Campus. That vlog is coming, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you will see the vlog hopefully very soon, as soon as I can edit it. So with that said, you guys have a great day. And don't forget to thumbs up this video because it really helps us out here on YouTube. And yes, it is the TVA. They're like,
it's all there. It was the TVA all along.
It was the TVA all along. With that said, we're going to go ahead and end our live stream here. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk. Sorry, guys. All right. Thank you so much, Marvin, for your super chat. I took a picture of it on my phone. Thank you guys for your support. We're going to go ahead and log off so we can deal with this internet issue, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.